Got ourselves a pair of Game 5s. The Celtics trying to close out the Sixers, and the Spurs trying to do the same thing to the Blazers. It's NBA Tip-Off presented by AT&T from Studio J here in Atlanta. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Charles Barkley. Thanks for being with us tonight. Say what?
Justin all black today.
That's right, because a couple of teams going down.
You mean
down?
business.
No question.
Going down, that's right.
Okay, I just got all black today.
It's going to be a fun show here for the next hour.
Yes,
Got 3 games to talk about because the Hawks and Knicks are also playing tonight in New York. And the great Michael Wilbon will be joining us here on the program.
You know, we call Wilbon the Godfather. Are you going to be?
No, don't do that.
Don't even try that.
Ernie, hold me back.
Don't hold you back.
We never called him the Godfather first.
I call Wilbon.
No, you called him after you heard him call the Godfather.
Your favorite store is Trader Joe's then.
Yeah,
Okay.
Gosh.
No, that's Kenny because he's on
Who
all ESPN
you call
shows.
somebody else
Good point.
Diesel
Am I
over
right?
there?
Yeah,
You
you're
call
right.
somebody else Jet over there it's
Well, yeah, it's more like
You gonna
jet
call somebody
lag.
else, hey,
it ain't jet no more. It's jet lag.
you gonna call somebody
still
else
round
Superman.
Yeah, you call somebody other person Superman.
Well, I did do that.
Whatever you feel comfortable with.
There you go.
You know what else?
What else?
Tyron Stokes, the talk of college basketball, #1 high school player in America, going to make his announcement on where he's going right here on this very show.
That's impressive.
Right
here.
That's impressive. Be ranked that high. That's
For
amazing.
that long.
You know what?
There's a story behind that.
You really can't be ranked any higher.
Well, I just got to
The
get him
number
used to Toomer's corner. Got to write down at Auburn.
I don't think they're in the running.
I don't think.
And I can tell just by the way he just shook his head that probably is not the case either.
Well, that was a nice spin right there, my boy.
Yes, indeed.
I like how you spin that camera, my
Hey,
boy.
it's Sean, man. He can do that.
The Inside, the NBA crew just made their bold prediction for Game 5 between the Sixers and the Celtics. And the question on the table is simple. Does Jayson Tatum close out Joel Embiid tonight? Charles Barkley said the Sixers season is going to be over. He said the Celtics are just a better team. He said the only chance the Sixers have is if the Celtics go miserable from three-point land. And Shaquille O'Neal agreed. He said he feels for Embiid, but this season is over. And I need to stop you right there, Chuck and Shaq, because I have watched this series. I have watched Joel Embiid. And I am telling you right now, the Sixers are not going home tonight. Jayson Tatum is not closing out anyone. And Game 5 is going to be a war. Let me break this down for you because nobody else will. The first 2 minutes of this video show the crew setting the stage for what they think is going to be a Celtics closeout game. They talk about the Celtics having 2 32-point wins in this series. They talk about Joel Embiid coming back and going for 26, 10, and 6 in Game 4. And Charles Barkley basically says it is too little too late. But here is what Charles is missing. Joel Embiid is getting healthier every single game. He came back from an appendectomy. He was not supposed to be playing at all. And in Game 4, he put up 26 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists in his second game back. That is not a player who is done. That is a player who is just getting started. Shaq said Embiid has to get back in the lab and come back strong next season. He said Jokic is the best big man and Wembanyama is coming for that spot. And he is right about that long term. But short term, Embiid is not done. He is going to show up in Game 5 and he is going to dominate. The analysts also talked about Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe. They said the only game the Sixers won was when Maxey and Edgecombe went crazy. And they are worried that Embiid's return screwed up their rhythm. In Game 4, Embiid scored the first 8 points, then missed 7 shots in a row. And the young guys became passive. They stopped attacking. They tried to force the ball to Embiid. And that is a problem. But here is the thing. That was Game 4. That was Embiid's second game back. That was the Sixers still figuring out how to play with their MVP. Now it is Game 5. Now they have had time to adjust. Now they know that the offense needs to run through Maxey and Edgecombe, with Embiid playing off of them, not the other way around. And if they make that adjustment, the Celtics are in trouble. Kenny Smith said the offense initiates with Maxey and Edgecombe. He said it is not like Embiid is bringing the ball up. And he is exactly right. The Sixers need to let their young guards cook. They need to let Maxey and Edgecombe attack the basket, get into the paint, collapse the defense, and then kick it out to Embiid or to open shooters. When they do that, they are dangerous. When they do not, they are passive and predictable. And Charles Barkley even admitted that the only game they won was when those two kids went crazy. So why would you not go back to that in Game 5? The Celtics, on the other hand, have their own problems. The Inside the NBA crew talked about how the Celtics are a machine. They said the only thing that stops them is themselves. They said they get quality looks from 3 every single night. And that is true. The Celtics are an elite three-point shooting team. But here is the thing. They are also a team that can go cold. And when they go cold, they become very beatable. The analysts also talked about Peyton Pritchard. He had 32 points off the bench with 5 assists and no turnovers. That is an incredible stat. That is the first time that has happened since Walter Davis in 1982. But Pritchard is not going to do that every night. He is not going to score 32 points off the bench in Game 5. And if the Celtics role players do not show up, the pressure falls on Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown. And those two have been inconsistent this series. The analysts talked about Tatum averaging 25, 9, and 8 in the series. Jaylen Brown averaging 27, 6, and 3. Those are great numbers. But they are not closing out numbers. They are not putting the Sixers away numbers. And in Game 5, with Embiid getting healthier and Maxey finding his rhythm, those numbers might not be enough. Here is another thing the Inside the NBA crew is not talking about. The Sixers have nothing to lose. Why are down 3-1? Everyone expects them to lose. Everyone expects the Celtics to close them out. And that kind of desperation can be dangerous. Players play more free. They take more risks. They leave everything on the floor. And when a team plays with that kind of desperation, they can beat anyone. The Celtics, on the other hand, are feeling the pressure. They do not want to go back to Philadelphia for Game 6. They do not want to give the Sixers any life. And that pressure can make them tight. It can make them miss shots they normally make. It can make them hesitate on defense. And against a team as talented as the Sixers, hesitation gets you beat. The analysts also talked about the Celtics' record when they are up 3-1. They are 32-0. That is an incredible stat. But every streak comes to an end eventually. And the Sixers have the talent to be the team that ends it. Embiid is a former MVP. Maxey is an all-star. Edgecombe is a rising star. And they have role players who can step up and make shots. Quentin Grimes had 18 points in Game 4. Paul George has been solid. If those guys play well, the Sixers can absolutely win Game 5. So here is my prediction. The Sixers come out aggressive. Maxey and Edgecombe attack the basket early and often. Embiid stays out of the way and lets the game come to him. The role players hit their open shots. The game is close throughout. In the fourth quarter, Embiid takes over. He gets to his spots. He gets to the free throw. W line. He wills his team to a win. The Sixers win Game 5 by 4 to 6 points. The series shifts back to Philadelphia for Game 6. And suddenly, the Celtics are the ones feeling the pressure. Suddenly, everyone is asking if the Celtics are going to blow a 3-1 lead. Suddenly, the narrative flips. And the Sixers are the ones with all the momentum. I am not saying the Sixers are going to win the series. The Celtics are still the better team. They are still more talented. They are still deeper. But they are not closing this out tonight. Joel Embiid is not going home. And Jayson Tatum is going to have to wait until at least Game 6 to finish the series. Subscribe to the channel if you want real playoff analysis. Not the easy predictions. Not the Inside the NBA crew assuming the favorite is going to win. Just the truth about which team actually has the fight to extend this series. And comment below. Do the Sixers win Game 5 or am I crazy? I read every single comment. Now let me know your thoughts and get ready for tip-off.